Hey, welcome back to Smart Money Minds. This week was American Thanksgiving and also Black Friday. And Black Friday, that's when all the deals are. So if you take a look at the S&P 500, what a deal it is coming to be. It is completely red for the day. We had a Maribozu candle coming all the way down. And you know why? It's because we got some travel restrictions over the new COVID-19 variant, which is the Omicron, found in South Africa. Now, we're getting lots of first cases all over the world. Italy, Germany, the US is banning flights. So as I said, it's triggering global market alerts, and everyone is selling off due to fear. Now, happy Thanksgiving, because we are getting a sell-off, but let's take a look at the technicals for the S&P 500. Is this really that scary? Let's see, S&P 500, we had a big sell-off on the day, but this could be a fire sale for a lot of people, because if you take a look at the longer time frame, on the weekly time frame, I drew a couple of lines here that we could be following here. So we have this uptrend line following this trend. And what we also have here is that it is coming back down to the weekly 8 EMA. With technical analysis, we don't just focus on the news and the hype. What we have to look at are the levels, support and resistance levels. We have to look at the chart and see what it is responding to. Now, looking here, we had this upper trend line and this sold off. Now, the first zones are here. This is the first zone I'd be looking at, 4551 on the S&P 500. That's the first target that we're about to approach. Now, this is my analysis and my prediction on the S&P 500 here is that we may get a first bounce for a 1 hour oversold bounce before we look down at the next level, which is 4482, 4485, this area of support. Now, if we even break this zone, you see how this is actually right here at the lower trend line space. So coming back down here is a very, very realistic conclusion that can happen before we start to get a move up back into this longer term uptrend. Now, if we do continue to break down, I really like the zone 4245 to 4290. You see how this zone has acted as resistance and then support again before this move up. So if we do get a breakdown of this zone here, I can anticipate we get into this zone as the next level of support before we anticipate a next move. Now, with this breakdown, we will break down from this uptrend channel here, this uptrend line, and that would be a pause for concern on the longer time frame, because if you take a look at the monthly time frame and we remove most of this, we got a bit of a doji coming up, but it is holding on to the 8 EMA on the monthly time frame as well. What I really like is that we are heading down into a support zone first, and we could be heading down to this lower trend line, but at this point here, this is a great entry point because we have multiple supporting factors that support that this higher low could be over. Also, let's take a look at the Fibonacci. If we head down to this zone, it would be at the 0.5 zone, which is a healthy higher low, considering that we could get a bounce from this move and drive it back up to a new high. Now, just a little bit of my opinion about the news of having this new virus come in and shutting down flights. This new variant isn't anything out of the norm because we had variants before, like the Delta variant, and we had a market sell-off, and now we have this variant, and this just causes a lot of fear. And this is the psychology of trading, is when there is initial fear, people panic sell. Now, most people are actually vaccinated, so this virus or this variant is likely only to chip away at the immunity that we have all gained from having this vaccine. What I also like is that, as you see here, as soon as the variants are discovered, this is not our first rodeo around the world. We are shutting down as soon as possible and as quickly as possible. And this is actually very, very good news, because then they're covering their butts, they're making sure that the variants can't spread. And this actually gives confidence to me, because likely this new variant is not going to spread very well, and then we're gonna have flights open back up and travel open back up sooner than even previous attempts when the Delta variant was around. You have to understand that the world is getting much better at getting this virus under control. And so this kind of panic selling is unnecessary, but that's also how people react to fear. That means that this is actually a perfect opportunity for us to start scaling in, but I wouldn't do it quite yet until I find a little more evidence that we start getting an uptrend, we start getting some increasing bull volume heading back up. We start seeing the travel stock industry turn green again, certain airlines, certain hotels. Once we start seeing that, that's when we can start scaling in and getting our positions back in and start making more money. In the comments below, let me know what your thoughts are on this new COVID variant, the Omicron. Is it going to crash the market? Do you think this is just a short-term scare? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy more of these videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and then we'll see you guys next time.